Oh, shanty.
Come to see. Don't you love me?
As you can see, we're back.
It's over.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, a sailor's life. Okay, so
Sailor's life for me.
which brings us to our next movie, which is my movie, which is called Fisherman's Friend. Fisherman's Friends.
I thought I heard the old man say, John today.
Just out of interest, what kind of music were they singing?
The Rock and Roll of 1752.
I manage bands and I'm interested in representing you. You've got a unique sound and we believe we can help you get it released by a major label. I'm serious. Jago said there may be room at the inn.
Mum, the toss is at the door.
I'm coming! Sorry I'm late.
Fisherman don't wear green.
Anything else?
Never say the word rabbit.
Rabbit.
What I don't understand is why anyone would want to part with their hard-earned cash to buy a record sung by 10 fishermen.
Your songs transport the listener to distant shores.
Your wake-up call.
Sally reckons he's a proper big shot.
Rubber big mouth, more like.
No charge for the wake-up call then?
All part of the service.
I want to mention it in my TripAdvisor review.
If we did agree to let you manage us, you'd have to understand that our real work comes first.
I'll give you my word.
Okay, chin out, chin down.
Which one?
Hello, Danny. I've got a TV show that are looking for someone to sing the national anthem for the Queen's birthday.
I can't believe they're up to 1 million hits.
Nobody wants to be the man who missed out on signing the Beatles.
And what about missing out on life in the meantime?
To old friends and new.
Remember what the well-known Irish singer said? I may be plain old Paul Hewson from Dublin. Put a pair of shades on. I'm Bonio.
Bono, you pillock.
Right, and that's from 219. It's just now, and it's a small fishing. This is actually based on a true story, believe it or not. It's,
Which we love those.
Yeah, in a small fishing village, Port Isaac in Cornwall, Danny and his AR snobby London friends are having a holiday weekend, and they bring plenty of snob with them, and they sure do. They're so
City folk and country folk.
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
As a joke on Danny, his friends tell him that he is the best, and they want him to sign this local group of fishermen who sing shanty songs at the, kind of in the pub and stuff like that. He thinks they're serious, and so
And they take off on him.
he takes them. He
I
takes
thought they
them.
were serious.
Yeah, and he tries to convince the fishermen to let him sign them, and they're like, "What?" They don't trust city folk, anyways. Actually, he eventually convinces them, and that takes a good half of the movie, right? But he also becomes enchanted with one of the fishermen's, Jim, played by James Purevoy's daughter, Alwyn, played by. I love this name. Tuppence Middleton. Is that an English name or what?
Her
Right.
character name is like a King
Alwyn.
Arthur. Yeah.
Alwyn, yeah.
Sounds
Alwyn.
like King Arthur thing.
Like Lord of the
Well, I think they're Welsh. I think Cornwall is in Wales, right?
Wales. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so, right?
And that's a very Welsh kind of name. If you ever really like Gwendolyn and Gwyneth, all those WY things, right? Also, the local pub owned by young Rowan, played by Sam Swainsbury, is in deep financial trouble. And this is where everybody comes. The whole town meets there, and you know how a pub is. It's more than a drinking place. It's just a
meeting house. It's a community
yeah, it's a community center. That's a really good way to put it. Meanwhile, his mobile connection to his friends in London, it doesn't work there. So he becomes kind of totally immersed in this village's life, right? Where am I? He becomes, okay. This film is based on a true story. These fishermen actually exist and still do. And they really do have albums out. And this is so typical a British movie.
Yeah.
They do this so well, whether it's Calendar Girls or whether it's the Full Monty. It's in that. It's
It's a way of talking, expressing yourself.
and also everybody looks really normal.
Thank you, Jesus.
I love that in their movies.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, what was the one about the coal miners and that the LGBT group?
That was a great movie.
It's
What
called
was the name?
Oh,
like
right, yeah, that was a good
Free,
one,
or
too.
I forget.
And a true story.
It's a true story.
Mm-hmm. What is
The
this?
coal miners, there was a big strike for the coal miners in England. And
That was under Margaret Thatcher.
yeah, and it went on and on and on. It's kind of like a Billy Elliot, but the person who saves
The LGBT.
take them on
They
and
go.
to save them.
They go to Wales. They have a contest or something. They have a contest, and this little city in Wales wins this contest, and that they're gonna. It's been so long since I saw
I know,
it, but this is a
it's
true
been a while.
story. This is a true story, and
They raised money for all
they
all
ri-
the
for
miners.
the coal miners, so they could keep having the strike against
Okay, got it.
Margaret Thatcher, and they ended up becoming great friends, and they marched in the gay parade, and they, you know what I mean?
Okay,
It was
cool.
like
Two
the
different-
coal miners did. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
It's like two
Oh,
different
it's called.
worlds.
I think it's called. Is it Love and Pride?
No, it's got one name.
Yeah.
Oh.
God, that's good.
That's a song. Love and Pride.
No, it's got one
a
name.
great
You know,
movie.
I will make a footnote of
I might be
what
thinking of a different movie then.
of what it is. I'll make a footnote, but
Okay.
it's really, really great. They also do this, another one that oh my God, but they do a lot of based on true stories, and they do the, it's just,
so moving.
it's just so,
funny and funny.
yes.
Even though
No
it's
doubt.
dire straits. I mean, because I remember that. Do you remember? I actually remember, and I lived in Canada, that strike because it was going on for so long, and the miners
sure,
were
that's when we came here.
yeah, it was so brutal for the miners.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And
Gotta watch this
anyways,
movie.
the British do these movies beautifully. Loved it. Okay, so
Well, back to the sea shanty. Fisherman's Friends.
Patty.
Next
Oh,
was the-
I liked it because I love British movies, and that's because Susie and I were brought up with British parents, so we were raised on that kind of humor, and it's really true to form how people talk. You know what I mean? That's how nothing is just said like "hand me some bread." It's "hand me some bread, you bloody gobber" or something. It's nothing. It's just a pattern of talking, and it's always kind of funny, right?
Oh, Patty,
It's
can
like
I
a
mention?
Missed
pirate
out
voice.
is that this guy thinks that he's supposed to manage for his, but actually it's a joke on him, and they tell him after the fishermen agree that they were just joking. They don't want this group, so he takes it on himself, and now it becomes personal. Yes.
Right.
What did you want to say?
Oh, I was just going to say that Maggie Steed is in this movie
Yes.
too, and she's the kind of the mom, and she's very famous character British actress,
Right.
and she's really worth watching in this movie too.
And she plays the part so perfect.
As well as the father, he's like also.
Oh,
But
yeah.
everybody looks so normal. See,
Yeah.
that's what I love. I love when people look like, the leading man is not a glamorous man. He's kind of a dork-looking guy, right?
Yeah, totally dorky.
Yeah, and the fishermen, they show the real picture of the fishermen. They actually look. They didn't glamorize them with, a certain kind of pea coat
Yeah.
to wear because they're fishermen. And they all could really sing. So that was nice. So it was a sweet
Well,
story.
they were actually in the crowd. They were in the pub. The actual real fishermen.
Yeah,
they
that's
were
right,
part
yeah.
of the movie.
I read that, yeah. But what I really loved about it is because I come from a small town, and I love they're not called towns, they're called like
Villages?
Villages. I could live in one of those. So any movie that's got a village in it, where people are living, because it's like a very tight community. Kind of like
I was going to
Kinda
say
like our
that,
last movie.
that I watch a lot of British series
Yeah,
things like
she does.
what's the one Doctor
Doc Martin.
Doc Martin.
Oh, I love Doc Martin.
But it's done in the same place. That's in
Really?
that's in Cornwall. He said that. He goes, "Hey, are you watching like your Doc Martin stuff?" I go, "No, but it's the same
Town
scene.
part,
It's the
yeah.
same
Yeah.
town.
It's beauty,
Really
yeah.
picturesque. Really great.
But it's a cute movie, and because it's a true story, which I happen to personalize, I liked it. It's really entertaining and cute.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah, no, I really like this movie. I love sea shanties.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny. I'm from Massachusetts, and
Of course.
of course.
have the English and Scottish and all that
sure.
nonsense. But even though I'm from Western Mass, which if you're
Inland?
from Massachusetts, yeah, it's inland. It's really not the shore, but you still get it.
Yeah.
You know, you still get it. So I love the sea shanties. I love the singing. I love that it's based on a true story. You know that. I mean, there's some sadness to it. I mean, it's like you said, it's real life. It's real people, and the English do this better than anybody else. They do not glamorize unless it's a glamorous role.
Right.
You know, like unless the actor is an actor in the movies, then they put a glamorous chick in it. You know, but they don't glamorize their
No.
The
their
person,
actors,
yeah.
their person. Maybe it's Shakespeare and like hunchbacks and things. You know, maybe it comes from like the theater and
Theater, I think.
I don't know, but that it just makes it more relatable.
That's what American movies don't have.
They don't.
That kind of realism.
Everything is
Glamorized.
glamorized.
That's why when you see all the even TV movies, it's like they don't wear that in the police force. The women don't wear perfectly coiffed hair, perfect makeup, and plunging necklines.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Detectives especially don't. I see that all the time.
I hate that.
And it's like, cops don't wear stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they need to do it. It's something Americans can learn from British movies.
For sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you.
but no. I mean, but no, it's totally true. It just makes it so much more relatable. And this could be your dad. This could be your Uncle Joe. This
Yeah.
could be your Uncle Danny. This could be your, these are all people you know.
Right.
You know, like somewhere in your life, like you know this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who the jokester of the group is, and you know
Right.
who the more serious one who takes everything. Like,
Well,
you know.
I was going to say, actually, the father in this movie, let me see.
The older father or the younger father?
Alwyn's father,
Okay.
who is, I'll get to
The
that.
guy who looked like, who did I say he looked like?
You say he looked like Wolverine.
He looked like
I
Wolverine.
said he looked like if what's his name?
Hugh Jackman, yeah.
And House was it Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
The two Hughes had a kid.
Did you ever watch the Kevin Bacon TV series that was on when Kevin Bacon played a cop? It was only like
No.
a couple seasons.
I've even heard of it.
That guy plays a cult leader in it,
Oh, he'd be good.
and he's really like
Well, my point is, he was
Devilish.
actually very similar to the guy,
Pac?
Coro, in the movie. He was.
He was the toughest. Then he was kind of a stubborn
he had
guy.
a
He was rigid,
rigid
yeah.
way of seeing things too, but they're not bad men.
Yeah,
They're just,
no, he
actually
wants the
they're
best
quite
for his-
emotional. They're kind of emotional men, right? But old school.
Yeah.
Anyways.
they can hide behind the tradition, but we know they're just
Yeah.
squishy inside.
Yeah.
All I kept saying is Wolverine's in this movie. He looks so much like Wolverine. And not Hugh Jackman. Wolverine. It was the hair.
And James
He probably could
Purefoy.
play him.
Yeah.
He probably could play him next.
Purefoy.
You're right.
But it's not doing apps.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be short and sweet. I liked it. Thought it was very sweet. It's okay, like you guys. I like those kind of British movies about village people. Not the village people. No. Yeah, you're right. Because they say they look like real people.
Yeah.
As opposed to Ganshai, where the pirates look like telenovela actors. They're like every that good shot he had.
Oh, God.
Those are the pirates.
Yeah.
Have you ever really seen a pirate?
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Every time they sang the shanties, I was like, I gotta go to the pub.
Yeah.
Because I'm craving
Like
something.
Alan
I
Rickman.
gotta have
Where's
some
the
Guinness.
pub?
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a sweet movie. Short and sweet.
Okay, so we'll start with Patty.
A 7.
A 9.
You give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
And leaves you wanting to sing sea shanties.
yeah,
And learn them.
You know what you're getting for your birthday.
I know what, for me, what it made me do is look to see what happened. What was the story with the real people? You know what I mean?
that's true.
I went and looked it up afterwards. And actually, they've had a lot of tragedy and stuff, but they still exist. And they're still, they came up, what did they have? That top song, the top folk song, and
So they won some awards in the
British
thing. So
history.
it's great.
I wonder if that.
And they still do.
I wonder if the guy that played the
And they still fish.
Yeah.
the older guy, the bald guy. I wonder if he.
father?
I wonder if.
Father.
I wonder if he.
grandfather.
I wonder if he.
Jago?
That guy. I wonder if he narrates things because the way he talks, it's like telling a story in a world that's what it is. I mean, he had a great voice, I'm not saying an orator, narrator. Like he should be narrating books.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So
All right.
that ends this edition of What the Flicks. You can contact us by mail at whattheflickspodcast@gmail.com. You can watch this podcast at YouTube. Look for us, What the Flicks. You can hear and download this podcast on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spreaker. So until next time.
Bye-bye.
I am a rusty sailor.